Good morning. Thanks for tuning in. So, are you an open-minded person? Now, I think some people are so open-minded their brains fall out. I mean, that's a whole other story. But are you open to new ideas, to maybe giving something a second look, second chance? So I'll tell you a little bit about Glyman family vacations when I was a kid. We used to love to go to Wickenburg, Arizona, first to Remuda Ranch, and then later to Flying E Ranch. Still love to go out. Now we love to go out to Carefree. But it all goes back to those first trips. Loved it. Loved the desert and winter. It's just great. Wide open spaces, horseback riding. I remember we went to Expo 67. But I also remember we went to the mountains in summer of 65. It was my mom's blue Bonneville Pontiac station wagon. We called it the Blue Bomb. And there was something that was wrong with the car, or a lot was wrong with the car, but for some reason, a couple years later, she got another Pontiac station wagon. That time it was a Bonneville, and that was not a very good car either. But anyway, remember a lot of stuff from the trip. But I remember that, so the horseback riding didn't have the wide open spaces. There was mountains, but you couldn't really see them. You're kind of in them. And they had a swimming pool, but it rained every day. And I wasn't into ponchos when I was a kid. And so anyway, this one day, it was nice and sunny. And we decided there's this little podunk town there. And so we go down to the town. It's me and Rick in our bathing suits. And my brother Jim and John, they are not in their bathing suits. I don't remember the whole story, but they were teenagers. And I was, nowhere near. I was coming up on 6 years old. The story goes that John and Jim had met some young ladies, and they were somewhere there in town, and they were trying to make a good impression on the young ladies. And so what they did with us was they told us, stay in the car. Do not leave the car. Well, I'm almost 6 years old, and I got to pee. And Rick's like, they said don't leave the car. I'll get in trouble if you leave the car. So I peed in the car. And good thing I had a small bladder. I was just a young boy. But there was a Coke bottle in the car, and they're just like, why didn't you? It's like, well, if you would have told me to pee in the Coke bottle, I would have peed in the Coke bottle, but I didn't think of it at 5 years old. Why do you leave your brothers locked up in a car for an hour and a half? Anyway, of course, when we got back to the resort, the place, the ranch, it rained and we didn't go swimming. Never did go swimming on that whole trip. Now, why do I tell you that story? Because I was just out there. It's one of my favorite places on earth now. It's Estes Park, Colorado. Went back there 5 times with students in the 80s or 90s, 80s into the 90s. Was there earlier this year. Russ is headed there shortly, I think. I know he's headed to Colorado. It's just a beautiful spot. I don't know what it was, just I didn't like the rain, but I'm sure glad that I gave it a second chance. It is literally one of my favorite places on earth. Heidi and I wanted to take a week this past fall to just get away and just kind of go stare at a mountain. And we got this nice little condo with the stream. It was just what the doctor ordered. It was just a gift from God. But I laugh at that now because, man, Ravencrest, where I took the students, that is an awesome place. Rocky Mountain National Park. And the town of Estes, I love Estes Park. Lots of great restaurants, everything. So what's the moral of the story? Are we open to change? Are we open to take on something new? Maybe you might even say, man, I don't know what I'm doing watching this video, but I'm not a churchgoer, I'm not into Jesus. Maybe some of us need to give Jesus a second chance. Maybe some of us need to give church a second chance. And I know for some people that's hard because negative things have happened in your church history. I know a lot of people that say Jesus yes, but church no. But maybe this is the year that we just say, maybe old dog, new trick. I want to share a verse from the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 33, verse 3. He says, call to me, and I'll answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know. May I suggest to you that all of us have things that we don't know, but we really do need to know, and that 2021 might be the year to really grab a hold of some new things from God. God bless you. Have a great day.